Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reading for Leo energy for Friday. You don't have to be a Leo for this reading to resonate, nor does it need to be a Friday. Whenever you get this reading, it might be your reading at that time. You may be a Leo sun sign, you may have strong Leo in your chart, you may be dealing with a Leo and cross-watching. So, if it resonates, it does. If it doesn't, it's just not your reading this time. A different message for somebody else needed to come through. Interesting, someone else. That was like one of the first songs that I listened to this morning by I'll have to put it in the description box below, but it's like, who are you when it fits so well with the stuff I'm getting. Who are you when I'm not looking? You're like an angel sent from hell. So interesting. Someone else. Really, really interesting. I'm into your reading, Leo. I want to see how this goes. Yeah, you may not have to be Leo, and you may find that you want to go and check out another reading with a different placement, maybe like your moon sign or your Mercury, Mars, Venus, all these kind of things. They may resonate more at this time if this reading doesn't. Now, to help you know if this reading is for you or not, is for you is here. I'm laughing because the stuff that I'm getting it's creeping me out a little bit, but I knew it was going to come out for somebody this week. I knew it was. So if this reading does resonate or you just enjoy it, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. It's free to do. It doesn't cost you anything. It just means you're going to get notified when my videos go live. You can also hit that notification bell as well to make sure of that. All of that's free to do, and it really helps out my channel. So thank you very much for those of you who are. And thank you to those of you who are leaving comments as well. I really appreciate it, and I'm seeing them all. So yeah, that's really, really nice actually to see a lot of engagement on the channel this week. So watch out for repeating number patterns like 1144. I'm seeing them myself as I go into your reading. I got the word presentation. So I don't know if this is what I feel like it is, because you're getting a lot of stuff about identity, who you are, the mask you wear, which is really interesting with that someone else song coming through there as well. I'm seeing intense as well. I'm seeing the word intense. Maybe you are intense, or maybe you hide your intensity. But yeah, presentation. So I don't know if you have to do a presentation. Maybe some of you, it's just like, I've got to do a presentation at work. But there's a really strong theme coming through about how you present, the mask you wear, and your public persona and who you are behind closed doors. Definitely recommend checking out your moon placement. Your moon placement is the secret you, the hidden you, right? Elephants may be significant for you at this time. Crows and ravens, watch out for these things. They may be trying to tell you something if you've seen them, even if it's like in a picture or in a movie, a toy or something, could be something for you. I'm getting elephant in the room energy as well. I'm getting something through about fire as being something that's cleansing. So it's like, I was also hearing the song River by Gregory this morning, which, you can think of rivers as being very cleansing, but it's more like the way it was coming through with fire being cleansing. It's like doing something impulsive, or doing something that feels really good to you, doing something that kind of stokes your fire, as a way to kind of either clear the air or clear your energy. So an example might be like, I'm just getting as well, I'm hearing, I'm just going to do it. I'm ripping off the band-aid. Now, band-aid's interesting because in the UK, we say plaster, ripping off the plaster, like doing it quick, right? Or doing it impulsively. But I think band-aid is more of an Americanism. So I don't know if this is applying to someone overseas. But I'm just going to do it, ripping off the band-aid. So it's like impulsive, but it's also satisfying, right? It's like something satisfying about that and getting it done. So I think there's something that you're like, I'm just going to do it. But again, it could be like, because I'm getting a bit of Batman stuff, and I'm not going to do any spoilers if you haven't seen The Batman yet, but I'm going to talk about other Batman things that are like just general knowledge. There's nothing really that I'm going to talk about that's in the movie, so don't worry about spoilers. I'll be really careful. But it could be like, I want to go and see Batman, or shouldn't I? I've got a lot of work to do, or it's not really the right time, I haven't really got enough money for it. But then it's like, when you want to do something and you're not doing it, and then it kind of like, you get grumpy, and then your energy gets kind of like clouded and moody, and it's like, do you know what? It's better for everyone if I just go and watch it, or if I just go and do the thing that I want to do, because then it's like, I've got it out of my system, I've cleared it. It's that kind of energy. So talking about Batman, I sometimes get this feeling of like like somebody taking over my left hand. Now I'm right-handed, and sometimes it feels like it's like my energy flips and I become left-handed. It's a really strange feeling, and I've seen it in other movies as well, like Spider-Man, where I'm a bit of a geek. Sorry, this is coming out. Maybe some of you are like comic book nerds, but you think I don't know why it's coming out like this. But there's a scene in a Spider-Man movie where he's fighting Dr. Octopus, and is that his name, Dr. Octopus? Octavius? And I'm not that much of a geek. Like, I'm a geek with a bad memory. But he, like, Dr. Octopus's like octopus suit, his technology merges with Spider-Man's technology. It's like they can control each other through the suits that they wear. So it's like they have this thing where he's like controlling his left hand. And I was like, I'd had it on the day that I watched that. I was like, oh my goodness, that's what I had this morning. So sometimes it can come through like it's just something that's in a movie you're watching, right? But this thing about controlling your left hand, I also had something this morning about letting another energy in, or letting letting somebody else take control, which obviously sends a few warning bells to me. So if this is mental health for somebody, please do speak to a doctor, speak to a health professional. The way I'm going to read it though today is that we all have a shadow self. We all have our public persona, the way we want to be perceived, the face we put on, a bit like putting on a fancy voice when you do an important phone call, right? Like putting your best foot forward kind of energy. And we have the shadow self. So this is philosophy. This is Carl Jung. You can go and check it out, the shadow. And we have a personal shadow and a community shadow, which is like the stuff that we don't talk about, the stuff that we repress, the things that we pretend we don't feel, the parts of ourselves that we kind of hide away because we don't, we worry about what people will think of us, or, it's seen as something wrong or bad about us that we try and we don't want to see ourselves that way as well. So maybe this is just because Leo is the sign of the ego, right? Leo is the sign of self-awareness. Now that doesn't mean Leos are necessarily confident, it just means they're overly self-aware, which can lead to confidence and narcissism at one end, and anxiety and a lack of confidence on the other. Everything in life is a spectrum, right? Everything in life it has light and shadow. So and this is the thing with the shadow self, right? Who we are, who we want to be, and who we are ashamed of, the parts of ourselves we feel guilty about, the parts of ourselves we try and hide or deny that we even have ourselves, right? And so incorporating the shadow in a healthy way is really important. Finding outlets for those kind of base feelings or emotions, even if they are base. Maybe they're not base, maybe they're just perceived by society as base at this time. So this is how I'm getting to Batman. So I'm on a Batman binge because I'm a big Batman fangirl. It's like my favourite superhero. So I did go and watch the movie, really excited about it. Again, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but if you just generally know Batman, right, the stuff that comes up in Batman all the time. I ended up watching a cartoon version of Batman called The Long Halloween. It's a cartoon film, right, an animated film, The Long Halloween, and Two-Face is in it. So if you know the character of Two-Face, he's a lawyer. He's kind of like the hero of Gotham City. He's seen as a really good guy, but he gets into an accident, depending on which film you're watching, where half of his face gets damaged. So he has this perfect side of his face and this kind of like destroyed, kind of scary side of his face, and it represents again, who we want to be, who we are in the limelight, who we are in public, and then those parts of ourselves that perhaps are darker or scarier or more self-serving, right? And I want to say as well, there's a really interesting thing with his hand in that, which is what got me thinking about it in the first place. And then I was like, this is going to come out for somebody this week. I just know it is. And it came out for you. Yeah, I was comparing Batman and Two-Face in that movie. So Batman is one man who wears two different masks, right? Bruce Wayne and Batman. Two-Face is in The Long Halloween. Two-Face is one body who has two energies inside him. He has Harvey and he has Two-Face. I don't know if he's got a different name, the monster. So there's a difference between one person playing two roles and two entities trying to control the same body. So I want to again just kind of throw out that kind of health warning, mental health warning. If you're not sure or you're experiencing these kind of things, and I I would definitely encourage you to just speak to a health professional, because I'm not a health professional. I'm a tarot card reader. I'm a psychic, and maybe I don't want to give you bad advice. So if it's a health concern, go and get that checked out. And again, like the golden shadow talks about incorporation of the shadow in a healthy way. And I want to say that Batman kind of does this, taking out the violence, which obviously vigilante stuff is a problem. But the character of Batman, he's actually very grounded. So when he's playing Bruce and when he's playing Batman, he may perform differently. Again, this thing about presentation and performance, but I want to say he's the same person. Like Bruce and Batman behind the mask, he's the same person. He's got the same core values. He's got the same integrity. I'm getting the word veritas, which is interesting because I saw NASA is sending a probe up to Venus, and it's called Veritas, and I thought that's a brilliant name because it's an ancient Roman name, and it kind of means this person's honorable, this person is credible, this person has honesty, we can put our faith in this person. It's a really important Roman word. It kind of means integrity and like somebody who's proved themselves. It's like, really multifaceted word. So I want to say the dark shadow is like more like Harvey, where there's a lack, there's a lack of self-control perhaps, or the shadow comes out in unhealthy ways. I want to say Batman has control of his shadow. He has incorporated it really well, arguably depending on sometimes depending on the story. But Two-Face is definitely having trouble incorporating those two different parts of himself and bringing them into one fully formed character. So I don't know why it's coming through like this. Again, I was getting disassociation. I think this is a disorder, but again, I'm not a psychologist. I cannot give you that information. Maybe go and look it up. Again, if you're experiencing something like this, I'm going to say what I'm getting in the reading, and this is what I'm getting. So I don't know. For most of you, it's just you and your shadow, right? So this is meant to be a you and them reading. Like you and another person, or you and a group of people, but for you it's coming through as you and your own shadow. So we'll see what happens when I start to pull cards. So if this is sounding like, oh, maybe this is something I want to hear more about, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you're two different people or that you would have mental health issues. I'm saying that everybody has a light side and a shadow side, and incorporating them and finding a healthy balance is really important. Again, like this blowing off steam energy. But if you deny, like Harvey, especially in the Long Halloween, and some of the representations of it, like the Christian Bale movies as well, the Harvey Dent in those, he's very much trying to live up to his hero persona, his public persona, his perfect persona. And now they're showing me Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter as well. I think they might be making fun of Leo energy a little bit. I'm sorry. It's always with good intention. When my guys make fun, it's always the kind of fun that you get from close friends and family, who love you unconditionally. So it's like a gentle soft tease rather than something that's like, trying to bully or be mean, just to kind of clarify. So that, yeah, they're making a joke about general Leo energy. Just please don't take it personally. But that kind of like Gilderoy Lockhart, again, he's got this public persona, he's trying to sell his books. And yet, there's some insecurity there about, do I really live up to the image? So there could be something where you've created an image for yourself and you're like, does the real me really live up to this image? Okay, I'm going to stop and we're going to get into your reading. So to help you understand if this is your reading, I've got clarifiers. I've turned them over because it was one of those where I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening for Leo? So your first letter was you. And I was like, haha, that's funny. It's you, right? The clarifier is you. And then I got UA, okay, UA, you are, and do you know what I said about the repeating numbers as well? 111. You are what? You are I. Oh my goodness, you are I. Again, like I was like, okay, it's definitely Leo in the shadow, like the golden boy in the shadow, right? You are in. Oh, okay. You are in what, Leo? You are in trouble, I think, in this reading. You are in there. I was like, dreams. You are in there, sing sunshine. You are in there, sing sunshine. You are in there, sunshine song. I don't know. If you steal my sunshine. I don't know. I don't know what that is. So it's not my clarifier, it's your clarifier. It may mean something to you, it may not. But you've got all ones, again, repeating numbers. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get from this reading. I don't even know if I'm going to put it up, depending on what comes out. But let's keep going. I haven't got your clarifying song, so I'm going to just pull one up now for you on Spotify on my other phone. It's like I've got two phones, and it's so funny as well. I went into a supermarket today, and for about a week they've had, I won't say the brand, I'm not trying to call them out publicly, but they had some Easter eggs opposite some weed killer, and on the next aisle they had children's toys opposite like WD-40, and like, I was like, what are they trying to do? This is like a health and safety risk. So I took a video and I went to the customer service desk and I said, look, I just need to inform you that this is a terrible layout and you really should like get your manager to move this because it's a health and safety risk. Like it's not a good look, right? So I showed her these videos and I was like, I sound like I'm blackmailing her because I was like, we don't want anyone to get hurt and all this. I was like, I just feel like Batman like blackmailing someone that we don't want anyone to get hurt. So I don't know what that is, but it was making me laugh. Also, by the way, it was when I was about to play you a song, I noticed it was 10:01. So again, those number patterns, those mirror numbers are happening a lot in your reading. Okay, let's see. A song, please, for Leo, so they know if this reading is theirs or not. You don't have to like the song, you don't have to know the artist, but they could be a signifier. It could be a specific line. It could be, I don't know, the artist's name could make you think of somebody that you know. A signifier for Leo, please. Oh, okay, I got an advert. I'm just going to pause. It was Beautiful Mistakes. I don't know who it's by. I'm just going to skip the advert and find out. Okay, no way. So this advert, I'm just going to show you this advert that's come up here. Bless the daughter raised by a voice in her head. You cannot make this up. You cannot, I mean, you can make up a story, but like, Leo, what is going on in your reading? Do you have voices in your head? I mean, same, but my voices are very nice. My voices are funny. They don't tell me to do horrible things. Like, you know, it's not like the Harvey Dent voice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've got anything to worry about, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your reading. Like, I don't know who this reading, I'm not even pulled card yet and it's 17 minutes in. I don't know who this reading is for, but the messages are coming through so strongly about this, you know, who are you when I'm not looking? Oh, I've got Evanescence as well. I forgot about that. I look in the mirror and see your face. It's just like you are taking over, Going Under by Evanescence. And as I was channeling this song, I looked and my phone reflection was like, I could see myself in my reflection. So yeah, as well, I'm seeing myself in my reflection. If you're not seeing yourself, again, with this disassociation, that's definitely something you want to look at with mental health, right? You know, get an expert. Okay, Beautiful Mistakes by Maroon 5 and Megan Thee Stallion is your clarifying song. So this is to help you know if this is your reading or not. It's beautiful, it's bittersweet, you're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. Blackout? Are you experiencing blackouts? Again, I'm not experiencing blackouts, so again, I don't know. I think channeling, I think doing what I do, when it kind of activated like two and a bit years ago, it was really scary. And I was genuinely like, am I, you know, what is this? Am I going mad? Am I hearing voices? Like, do I need to go and speak to a professional? But then like the amount of confirmation I had outside of me that the things that I was hearing and seeing is psychic for me. To me, I'm genuinely like, it's not me. It's not coming from me. It's, the stuff that I get plays out in real life. It's like foreshadowing. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works, but I feel like I'm relatively sane. So I want to say you could be going through something as well where it's like, what is this? What's happening? I do feel like though, if I went to a psychologist, they'd probably be like, yeah, we have terms for what you're experiencing. But then how do you know? How do you know if it's like psychic stuff, or how do you know if it's you know, a mental health disorder? I want to say I know that for me it's psychic because the stuff I get plays out, and it plays out so often and so regularly that, you know, the people around me can often see as well, that it's not all in my head. It actually does play out, you know, whether I have you you know, whether I have input into it or not. And I've got so many different examples of it. So it's almost like, for me, it's been scientifically proven that whatever this information that I'm getting is somehow predictive. But it definitely went through that. Definitely went through that phase of, is it all in my head? Am I going mad here? But the confirmation I've had outside of me has been overwhelming. So I do feel very, very sane and very, very stable. And so I don't know, but if somebody else is having experiences, and I definitely recommend checking, especially if whatever you're hearing, whatever you're experiencing is scary to you, or whatever you're experiencing is if you're getting voices that are telling you to do bad things, that's not your friend, right? They're not. So you definitely want to get support with that. Like I say, mine are just funny. It's just really funny. Okay. It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill my nights with broken dreams. I make up lies inside my head like one day you'll come back to me. And now I'm not holding on. I'm just depressed when you're gone. Beautiful mistakes I make inside my head. She's naked in my bed and now we lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. I wouldn't take them back. I'm in love with the past. So I don't know, there could be something in there for you that is standing out to you. And if you're thinking at this point, this is definitely my reading, then let's keep going. If you at this point you're thinking, what is this woman talking about? You know, I'm not hearing voices. I've incorporated my shadow self perfectly fine, then it might not be your reading. Okay, it might just be somebody else's reading who really, really needs to hear this right now, especially perhaps if they're going through what I went through and they're going through that phase of, am I crazy? Do I need to see a health professional? Are they like, I can't answer that for you, right? I can't answer that for you. If in doubt, go and check it out, you know? And the thing is as well, like, I don't know why I have to say this. Maybe somebody's questioning this about me. Like I say, whatever I hear, and it's just like snippets, phrases, images, and things like this. I feel like I'm fully in control, and normally it's funny, right? Normally it's something funny, and good intentioned. And I want to say I am a good person, and even if I heard something that was horrible, or telling me to do something horrible, like it would be like a stranger in the street telling me to do something horrible. I'd be like, no, you know, I don't want to do that. I've got self-control. So I don't know, if you feel like something's taking control of you and making you do things you don't want to do, that's when you need to go and see a health professional, right? You need to go and get help with that, in my opinion. So again, I'm not going to shy away from whatever's coming through. Whatever comes through. It's important for somebody. So Leo for Friday. What do we have for Leo, please? Look at that. Disassociation, attachment, wearing a mask. Like, literally, you can't make it up. You saw that card come out. You saw it come out. Are you attached to a certain persona you've created, a certain image of yourself? Are you attached to a certain projection of yourself that you wish people could see? Do you feel held back? Would wearing a mask, would having a persona like Batman allow you to explore a different side of yourself? In a healthy way, right? You want to be the good guy. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to be the bad guy. I don't know. That's the sort of thing you need to speak to someone with a qualification about. My qualifications, humanities, classics, literature. So I can only tell you the stories that people tell, like Batman, right? And Harvey Dent. And I'm about the stories and why people tell stories and why things happen. And I'm not necessarily about, here's the psychological evidence for what's happening to you. I don't have that qualification. So you need to go and, if this reading's for you, I think you need to go and find out information from people who know more than me, who've done the research, who have the credentials, right? And who have, you know, going back to Veritas, who have the right credentials, you know, not, you know. But even the way things talk gets changed. Even, you know, as the world moves forward, we have a greater understanding of things. So things that, you know, were scary or misunderstood in the past can often with new evidence and with new scientific support, be given credibility where perhaps they were dismissed in the past. So again, you want to find the right people. And this can talk about, you know, therapy didn't work for me. Maybe you just didn't have the right therapist. Maybe you didn't have somebody who understood properly, or, you know, had the right credentials. You may find a therapist who suits you better if you keep looking. So what do we have, please, for them? So we have Leo. We have Leo. What's this? Walking away. Do you know, it says walking away, but I heard walking back to, again, I heard walking back to happiness. Ooh, walking away from a man holding a coin. Or is this a man holding a coin walking away? So this, I'm asking for you, but you can flip it and reverse it if needs be, or it could be two sides of yourself. One is the mask, one is the attachment to a persona. This person over here, walking away from a man holding a coin, or a man holding a coin walking away. She's leaving the garden. So this looks like the garden and the gate card, but she's leaving it. So it's kind of like the Nine of Pentacles, where it's like you have everything you need, you're comfortable, you know, you have material comfort, but there's a whole world out there that needs to be explored. So it could be that you're leaving a place where you've had security to go out and explore, walking away from a man holding a coin. Perhaps there's somebody around you who controls money. It could be a boss, it could be a father figure, it could be a husband, just somebody who controls the money, right? But you could be walking away from something and walking towards a man who's holding a coin. I kind of get you walking away from them because the back's turned. But like I say as well, this person could be the man holding a coin walking away from something. I don't know. There's a woman holding a heart. Yeah, are you going to choose the man holding a coin or the woman holding a heart, perhaps? I don't know. Maybe you are the woman holding a heart. Okay, we've got 44 then with the number patterns. Okay, tell me about Leo's energy. Tell me about this person or this persona. Tell me about energy number one. Energy number one, please. Four of Earth. I want to say this person has the guard up, which could be part of them wearing the mask. The Four of Earth is kind of a shielding energy to me. It can talk about saving money. It can talk about investing in things, investing in yourself. But to me, it's the shield or the shell. So it's something is being kept out and something is being kept in or protected. So I want to say the shell in this case, I'm sorry, the baby's crying next door. You may be able to just hear that a little bit. I want to say that I may just pause for a second. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, like going back to Batman, like Batman wears the mask because the mask allows Batman to do things and go to places where, you know, he wouldn't necessarily have been able to do. But the Bruce Wayne mask, and I want to say Batman is perhaps the more authentic version of himself. The Bruce Wayne mask is, you know, it's protective as well. It hides Batman. So there could be something about that there as well. Let's go. Ooh, too many. What's showing? The Six of Earth. What's going for person number two or persona number two? What's going for personal persona number two? Strength, Leo, and Four of Fire. So you've got again with the two fours. You're getting repeating fours and repeating ones. Strength and the Four of Fire. So whatever this person's doing, whatever this person's walking away from, there is confidence or ego involved. You know, it could take this person a lot of strength to leave a situation behind, especially if it's something like a home. The Four of Fire can be a home, a shared space, something that they've built up, right? So the garden that they're walking away from. It could be talking about, you know, perhaps this person's built up the confidence to be able to get to a point where they can walk away from something or walk towards something. When we walk away from something, we're also walking towards something, whether it's conscious or not, right? When a door closes, a new door opens. So, yeah. I don't know, I've gotten a lot of stuff actually about wearing masks in this set of readings, I've noticed. Oh, look, did I say that's 44? Okay. So tell me about person A, persona A. Elephant, no way. Didn't I say at the beginning of the reading? Elephants and crows or ravens. The elephant is an ancestral energy. The elephant talks to me about perseverance through the darkness, perseverance through the hard times, taking things one step at a time, you know, taking each day as it comes. Excuse me again. No, my neighbour on the other side is drilling. Oh my goodness. We may just have to have a noisy reading, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the elephant, it does give me wounded warrior energy as well. You can see that this person, this elephant, the tusk has been broken. So this is somebody who's a bit battle worn. I don't know why it's just like this. I'm reading for Batman, apparently. There's a thing about light and shadow as well here. You know, taking it one step at a time through the light with the shadow surrounding you, using your intuition to move you forward. But it's an ancestral energy as well, so it could say that your ancestors are helping you here, or there's something you're going through where you're looking at what has been inherited. And I'm not necessarily talking about money, although the Four of Earth could indicate an investment, but it's also you know, the values that are passed down to us from our parents, the behaviors that are passed down, you know, cycles of behavior, repeating patterns, you know, the customs, the traditions of our families, you know, however and wherever we're raised, you know, we're raised in a certain environment, and this does give us a certain toolbox of ideas and beliefs and opinions, whether we agree with what we've been given or we disagree with what we've been given. You know, we only know the environment that we're given, you know, so we have to have things to expand that, like books and stories and things like this, to give us to show us a different way to be. So this is definitely saying there could be something to do with ancestors, whether ancestors are supporting you, maybe from the other side, maybe you're hearing an ancestor or smelling an ancestor. I keep getting something about perfume. You know, you just feel this presence around you. Again, this sometimes talks to me about the invisible person. So it's almost like being visited by, it's like she can't see. If you really, really look close at her face, it's like she can't see. Either she's in darkness or she's blind or something. Sometimes is a message I get from this card. And it's like reaching out her face, reaching out into the darkness because you sense a presence, or being able to touch someone that isn't really there. So it's like maybe you do sense a presence around you. Maybe you do sense an ancestor coming to visit you or something like this. You know, perhaps when you're asleep at night and it's dark, it's like you just feel like somebody's there. Could be for somebody, not necessarily, but there's definitely something to do with perseverance, being the wounded warrior, feeling very battle worn, and looking at the values and the ideas and things that have been handed down to you from your ancestors. Tell me about this energy, please. I'm not sure which way these want to be. I sense that they want to be upright, but let's just check. Yeah, earthworm. Oh, sorry. Could go either way, the eagle. Again, Harvey Dent, right? Harvey Dent is, what is a DA, is he? A district attorney? He's some kind of like lawyer or defense, or he does court stuff. And the eagle is a symbol of courts, right? The court system, the legal eagle. Also a symbol of ancient Rome and principles of veritas and things like this, which is truth. Very Libran energy, truth, integrity, honor. But with it coming out on the side, it's something about it could go either way with this person. Are they going to choose to be, you know, have integrity, or are they going to choose, are they going to say the justice system doesn't work? Had that through as well in another reading the other week. Earthworm sometimes tells me it's somebody who's gone to ground. It's somebody who perhaps is waiting for a storm to pass, or, well, a storm would bring the earthworm up, right? The storm would bring the earthworm out. That could be a message in itself. But the earthworm, they've got their head down, they're trying to hide, they're trying to go unnoticed, they're creating something, they've got some ideas. It's like the phases where it's like, I'm going to take myself off social media for a bit. I'm going to go and work on creative projects for a bit. That kind of thing. And it's like you come back and you show the world kind of what you've been working on. But yeah, it definitely has hiding energy, hiding from some kind of court process, hiding from some legalities, burying your head a little bit. Rabbit. Somebody could be a little bit frightened, a little bit nervous. I may just be, sometimes I do channel movies. I remember I channeled the movie June. I didn't really know much about June. I just didn't really know much about it, other than it's like other than it existed, basically. And through a set of readings and intuitive messages and things like this is what I mean. I know that it's not all in my head, because it plays out. So I just didn't know anything about June, and I was getting a load of stuff through, and I was like, what is this stuff that I'm getting? And then when I actually went and watched the movie in the cinema, it was like I'd seen it before. It was an incredible sense of deja vu, where basically the stuff that I've been channeling the week before, it was almost like frame for frame, scene for scene, line for line. They'd been feeding me, whoever they is, right? They'd been feeding me this whole movie. I was like, yeah, that line, I said that in a reading. Oh yeah, you know, I had this thing about someone being in the desert. Yeah, I had this thing about someone being in a tent. It was like, it was like scene for scene, like line for line. And I was sat there thinking, I wish people understood what this felt like to experience. So it does feel like maybe I'm channeling a movie. Again, I'm not doing any spoilers for the Batman, other than general, like, people know what that, you know, people know Batman, right? It's a well-known character. Certain reoccurring motifs. So I don't really know what I'm channeling here or why. Tell me more about the person or persona A. Wheel of Fortune, there's that Seven of Cups, keeps coming out. Somebody who is burdened by choice. Perhaps knowing that they want to make a change, perhaps feeling like a change is coming, a change is happening. Fortune is turning in their favor. But it's like, again, it's this feeling of like, when the door opens, I've got so many options, I've got so many choices. I'm overwhelmed by the choice, I'm burdened by the choices. Especially if you've not had choices before, if you've been the sort of person who, you know, you've not had choices, you've taken it day by day, one foot in front of the other. I have to do what I have to do, to suddenly perhaps have some money. Could be getting some money. You know, not having to go to work every day, not having to. It just feels like going from a situation where you have no choices to going to a change in circumstances where you have a lot of options, and being like, yeah, I'm burdened, I'm overwhelmed by this. This is too much responsibility. I'm not used to this. I don't know what to choose. Don't make me choose. I was saying that on Twitter yesterday. Sometimes I'd rather people just made choices for me. Like sometimes it's like, if it's like dietary, it's like, I'm vegetarian, don't order me meat, I won't eat it. But you know, it's like sometimes sometimes you can feel really overwhelmed by choice. What am I going to make for dinner tonight? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? You know, do I want to change my shift? Do I not? It's like, just tell me, just, you know, especially maybe small details. It's like, I don't care. Yeah, the devil's in the detail. That's giving me. The devil's in the detail. It's like not wanting to make like stupid little choices when you've got something else to do. Freedom. Could be some kind of collaboration, an offer to collaborate on something. Could feel really good. Right, this person then, persona 2. Persona 2. The Chariot and the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is like some kind of student energy, somebody who's learning, somebody who's at the drawing board, somebody who's figuring something out. The Chariot card is somebody who's taking control of themselves. So this is a really nice thing to see. If somebody's felt like they've been torn between their public persona, their light side, their accepted self, and their darker self, their shadow side, their less desirable qualities. This shows somebody pulling those two energies together, harnessing them and drawing them together. So being more like Batman, right? Being more like one man playing two different roles than two-faced, who is like two people tearing one person apart. So it's less of a tearing apart energy, more of a incorporation of the self. You can see it in different ways. Again, it depends on which version, you know, of the story you're watching with the different characters. But whatever it is, you know, this idea of like being two different people, having a hidden persona, you know, hiding parts of yourself. This feels more like golden shadow, right? The incorporation of the shadow into one energy. You know, really taking charge, really taking ownership of that. And sometimes that is, this is getting out of my, hello drill. Sometimes it is, this is getting out of hand, this is getting out of control. I need to do something here. I need to take charge. And sometimes taking charge is going to a professional and saying, I need more information on this. You know, this is what I'm experiencing. You know, sometimes taking ownership, taking accountability is taking charge. You know, the decision to do that. What's this, please? Seven of Pentacles. So 2 7 7 7. So there is something to do with life path here, karma, destiny. That's what sevens kind of tell me. Somebody's been working hard on something. Somebody's been putting a lot of effort into something. It could be that something that somebody's put a lot of effort into is about to pay off. You know, the seeds, somebody's planting or has planted the seeds for the future. Yeah, so it feels like harvest time, right? It's like it's time to collect on the effort that you've put in so far. After a period of feeling like nothing was growing, feeling like you know, doors were closed to you, your effort was unrecognized, you were not getting the payout that you deserved for the effort that you put in, that phase is looks like it's ending for this person, hopefully soon. Tell me about this person again. There's a blockage here of some kind. 7 of Cups. Which way, please? Which way? Not clear. Again, there's some kind of indecision here. This this 5 of Cups that you've both got is a card about indecision. It's a card about feeling overwhelmed by options, not knowing what to choose. Yeah, generally confusion because there's too much choice. The nice thing about this card here, it's always, to me, this is always window shopping, looking but not buying, right? So it could be, if this was a if you're asking about whether somebody was perhaps playing around, they're looking, but they're not buying. You know, they're just window shopping. So I don't know. But yeah, it tells this person's not making a decision. The lovely thing on this card is this person has chosen, and they don't want anything that's on offer. They want you, right? They've chosen you. So it could be choosing yourself. But yeah, this person is ignoring all the other choices. They know exactly what they want. So interesting variation there on the two images on the two different cards. So yeah, somebody could be blocking out other choices, blocking out other options. They're quite sure about what they want. I don't know what to make of that reading. So it is what it is. Yeah, someone's dissatisfied with what's on offer. They want unconditional love, and they're not going to settle for anything less. Relationship advice between these two energies. So again, it could be just you and yourself, you and your own shadow. Clean it up and co-create. Yeah, harness the two energies, bring them together, make them work in collaboration. Clean it up. I hate this card. This card has been haunting Libras, not so much recently, but for a long time there, especially at the start of lockdown. You know, it's like all the Libras are in the house, like working on the houses. You know. Time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Again, this kind of the elephant in the room, ripping off the bandage. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours, and clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. There's the card about baggage there. Sort through what you brought with you. Oh my goodness, the amount of noise and distractions in this reading. That must be something for somebody. Sort through what you brought with you and let go what is no longer of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. That's why I said it's like you have to have a cleanse, right? You have to it's almost like, I don't know, it's got the energy, and I'm not recommending this to anyone because I'm a Libra and I don't do that, but it's got the energy of like, you know, when you're in a relationship with somebody, and it can be a friendship, it doesn't have to be romantic, and you're both getting a bit grumpy with each other, especially like during lockdown. It's like you're stuck in the same room, you're stuck in the same energy. You know, it's like, will that person just clean up their own mess? Will that person just clean the plate after they use it? Can that person just put the socks in the laundry? It's that kind of energy of like, you know, little things building up and starting to really annoy you, and it's like then things get tense, and it's like this unspoken thing in the room, the elephant in the room, where it's like sometimes you just have to say, look, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, and this is what I need. And you know, sometimes you can have a heated discussion, I'm gonna say a healthy heated discussion about, you know, to clear the air, so that you can see things clearly, and so that you can, you know where you stand and start afresh. And it doesn't mean that a relationship has to end. It doesn't mean that a relationship is unhealthy. It just means that sometimes you just have to say what needs to be said and get it out in the open and clear the air, and know where you stand. So I don't know, I hope this reading was helpful to you. I'm not sure who it's for, and I'm not fully reading it 100% myself, so I'm going to be open and honest about what I'm getting, but it is what it is. I hope it was helpful to you. Leave me a like if you like, leave me a comment if anything particularly resonated. If you're comfortable doing that as well, please don't overshare. You know, if you've got personal health issues and things that you're going through, the whole internet doesn't need to know that, right? There are some things that it's okay to keep to yourself, and you know, or just tell the people close to you, or the people who need to know. But yeah, I really appreciate seeing those comments that people have been leaving this week, and the engagement that I've been getting. It's really nice to see, and it's really encouraging for me. So again, leave a like if you like, hit that subscribe button if you're happy to do so. It is free to do, and it really helps out the channel. And maybe share with your Leo friends if you think that it won't offend them. And you know, maybe not. Do take care. Stealth watchers always welcome, and I will see you again soon. Take care of yourselves, please. Bye.